Good night. Good night to everyone. It's good to be here. I just want to say quickly to Sister Latanya, I don't know if you were there when I was preparing this spoken word, but everything you said, it lines up with this spoken word. So you know that God is definitely speaking. Tonight, the spoken word is entitled Jireh, More Than Enough. They say knowledge is power. But I didn't know, so I was powerless. Powerless to choose my destination of choice before birth. If I could have had an idea of my surroundings, like a WhatsApp status preview, I probably would have thought the view from up here isn't so great. The world in the womb was better and quieter than the outside world. At least there was where I wasn't neglected, insulted, and rejected. At least there was where I wasn't depressed, stressed, abused, and not wanted by my mother and father. At least there was where I was included. But after being in this waiting area, my flight was called and I was born. I felt like I was Tarzan, born into the wild, raised in the jungle. So I had to struggle with low self-esteem because in my environment the struggle was accepted. It was about being bitter, not better. Made to feel like an inconvenience just by being alive, just because the necessity of care for another life by a parent to them somehow was interrupting their desire to live as though they had no children. I lived in a house, but it wasn't a home. I lived in a house, but it wasn't a home. Like Tarzan, I had to be swinging from here to there, conflicted, at war within myself, for there was no good foundation of love to settle on. Like Tarzan, somehow I didn't fit. I was a misfit, wishing for the material things that other young people had, and not accepting my unique self. So since it got to that point, like Michael Jackson, you know I'm bad. My unique voice on matters were not accepted. It was like the movie A Quiet Place. If I made a sound, I was hunted down by the creatures of bitterness and rejection. Like Monk said, it's a jungle out there. But while in the wilderness of life, tending the sheep of my goals and dreams, I encountered the burning bush of God's love and compassion. For the first time in my life, this fire didn't consume my unique self. It didn't burn me with abuse and rejection, but with intention. God called my name. He never thought because I wasn't at his level that I was a waste, but gave me the rod of authority, going up against the fears of this world, but with God is the majority. So I'm talking to my fellow youth. If you ever doubted this before, here's the proof. I know you struggled at times being a misfit, but the Creator God wrote a book about your life before you were born, so you're not a mistake. It's time to awake. He's in charge of your purpose, so you're already provided for. It's just to access your inheritance by reading and believing his last will and testament, which is the Bible. Your daddy is the king, so you're royalty. You're born to succeed because you're of the king's seed. If we can believe and conceive what the king said, we can achieve. Youth, we're tech reliant, but we need to be more word reliant. Youth, we're tech reliant, but we need to be more word reliant. For the word of God formed all we see, meaning it gives birth to goals and dreams. The word of God is God himself. For what is written reflects who spoke it. So whether physically or electronically, we hold the mind of the resurrected king. With the word in us, we possess his DNA. So like him, we win. We win, we win, we win, we win. With his word, we move mountains into the sea. Like LeBron, we taking it to the hole, so nothing but net. Jesus, the living word, specializes in raising champions with an undisputed track record of experience. How do I know this? For example, with the DNA of the king, David bulldozed Goliath with a stone, ran like a quarterback to the end zone, and as he was led, took off the giant's head with his sword. Joseph, with the DNA of the king, went from a slave to a supervisor, from the prison to the palace, from the palace to prime minister, a slave no longer. So from here on out, our declaration should be, I'm already loved, I'm already chosen, I know who I am, I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved more than I can imagine, and that is enough. It's enough. So we declare, Jireh, you are enough. Jireh, you are enough. So my posture, so I will be content in every circumstance. Jireh, you are enough. Forever enough, always enough, more than enough. Jireh, you're more than enough. Thank you.